What's up, everybody out there in Aftermath Land on the YouTubes? We are back, Kevin, Anthony, and Jimmy and I, and we're going to talk about what looks like it's going to be a gigantic collision between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. I yelled it. Kevin Owens is back. The Kevin Owens, the wrecking machine, the one that doesn't care, the one that's there to fight. Kevin Owens is back, and he's picked Roman Reigns as his target, and I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, I'm fully on board with you, Nugster. I think a lot of us have been waiting to see this. We've been pleasantly surprised with the resurgence of Roman Reigns and this new iteration of him and being this calm, cool villain who just wants to beat people up. But we've been waiting for Kevin Owens to make this resurgence, and I think this is the perfect opportunity for him to reinvent himself. It doesn't necessarily mean he needs to be the Universal Champion. It just he's in a position of prominence, and I like where it's going. And I think these two have the ability to put on not only some great matches, but also some compelling verbal interactions, for lack of a better term.
I mean, again, I'm just going to sell the fact that we got a Canadian in the main event, folks. Maryville, Quebec, Canada's Kevin Owens. This is sweet. I love it. The interaction at the end of SmackDown where Kevin is wearing out Jey Uso with that chair, screaming into the camera at Roman. Roman stoic as ever, like a Romanesque statue. And that just sold me on the fact that these two are going to eventually beat the living hell out of each other. And that's what I tune in to see. I tune in to see violence. And that, I feel, is what we're going to get between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. It's going to be sweet, sweet wrestling.
Yeah, I think this is one of those situations where it's a win-win. If Kevin Owens does well, he's back. If Roman does well, Kevin's still going to get over, and Roman's going to cement himself as this super villain. And in the process, we're going to have some awesome, violent wrestling. Kevin Owens, I mean, they're just so different, right? Roman is like a prototype, long hair, muscles, and tattoos. And Kevin's like, he just, pushed his poutine aside and put out his cigarette, and he's getting in to get up and fight. And God, he's so good at it. He's just so good at it. So yeah, some good stuff coming down the pipe.
I also really like that both of these guys are family men. They're there. Yes. Kevin says he's a prize fighter. He fights for his family to put food on the table. And Roman claims to be head of the table and head of his family. They are both family men. They're coming at it from two different angles. The other thing I like about this is that where Roman has Jey Uso as like a henchman member of the family, and where I want to say Kevin Owens needs to have somebody like that for him, I think Jey Uso is going to be a little tied up with Daniel Bryan. He's really attacked Daniel Bryan a couple of times. So maybe Jey Uso won't be a factor in the match because Daniel Bryan might come to the side of Kevin Owens.
That's an interesting take. And since you mentioned Jey Uso, obviously we've been talking about Kevin Owens and putting him over huge, and Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Honorable mention has to go to Jey Uso in this entire thing because he has played a role in this and has excelled and elevated his game as well. But again, getting back to the main crux of the situation, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, definitely invested.
It's so good. I'm really looking forward to the match and, of course, the lead up to the match. And since TLC is coming up, do we see this match leading to any of those stipulations?
Maybe chairs?
Possible.
Yeah,
chairs,
there was a lot of chairs used at the end of SmackDown. It wouldn't surprise me if it were a chair. The question I think we need to ask is, do we need the TLC stip, the gimmick, to really sell us on this match? I would say no, personally. If you want to continue this storyline down the road and you need something to settle, if it's a war to settle the score, then eventually you take it down the line and you make it one of those bigger type matches with a bunch of gaga, Jimmy, in the end to really sell us on this being the end of that rivalry. But for now, I would love to see a one-on-one match because that these two can put on a fantastic wrestling one-on-one match.
Yeah, let's let it start off as a one-on-one match, and let's let it escalate with stipulations and maybe culminate in a crazy burning cage match with a living dragon inside or something.
I think you said it there, Anthony. Let it escalate. I see an escalator match.
There seems to be this this trend lately that everybody's in a rush to get to the conclusion before we start the story.
Yeah. Tables, escalators, and chairs.
Oh my! Guys, let us know what you think of the Kevin Owens Roman Reigns collision course that they're on. Use the hashtag AskAftermath to send us your questions, comments, life advice, and of course, fantasy booking for Jimmy Corderas because he loves that. Tag Jimmy in it. Be sure. Guys, come on back. We've got some fantasy tag team booking to talk about, and of course, trivia with Kevin coming up. So don't you dare miss it.